take a ready-made pie crust and 9-inch deep dish.
This summer, Get Carried Away, a Southern food takeout place, opened in Pawleys Island, South Carolina.
And we poke it with a fork to vent it so it doesn't bubble up.
Tomato pie has been one of the best sellers so far.
We use a mixture of tomatoes, scallions, basil.
Here, tomato pie, like many of the other items on the menu, is made with Palmetto cheese.
For one pie, it is 1 tub of original or bacon or jalapeno, whatever flavor you choose, of Palmetto cheese. It is like the instant ingredient for so many dips, tomato pies, casseroles, macaroni and cheese.
Palmetto cheese allows us to make dips, other spreads, tomato pies, that use it as a core ingredient because it's so good, and you marry it with other stuff and it only makes those items better.
So it's a like instant fix for a lot of different recipes.
There's a reason that the Henrys use so much Palmetto cheese at Get Carried Away. They developed it and own the company that sells it.
We use real 100% sharp cheddar cheese that's aged appropriately. We use the best quality mayonnaise that's available to us. All of the other sub-ingredients are top of the line. It is a quintessential homemade Southern pimento cheese, and it's not frou-frou. You know, it's not fancy. We're not trying to be something that we're not.
Palmetto cheese is the Henry's version of real Southern homemade pimento cheese. They maintain it's unlike what has been found on grocery store shelves through the years.
But in the grocery stores, the quality of what people would have in their homes or make in their kitchens was not available.
The challenge for Palmetto cheese is to get people to give another container of pimento cheese a try.
It's a matter of like getting it in their mouth. People have a very negative view of pimento cheese because they've never had real pimento cheese. Because real pimento cheese is typically made by your mother or your grandmother in your kitchen. And this is the closest thing. It was made in my kitchen. So it basically is my pimento cheese. It just happens to be at your grocery store.
The Henrys didn't set out to make a product for the public. Sassy just made her own version for Brian, who expressed a love for the stuff.
The first time that Sassy made it, my first reaction was, hey, it's really good. You don't want to offend, but my mom's is better.
I mean, I love my mother-in-law, but I knew it was better, even that rendition.
Despite Sassy thinking it was already better than Brian's mother's recipe, she set out to improve upon what she had made.
She took that initial attempt and just worked at it until she was happy with it.
I wanted it to be the best, and so I worked and worked, and I don't really know what drove me to do that other than him.
Eventually, Brian was sold.
First time, was it a home run? Don't think so. But is it a home run now? Absolutely.
First, the Palmetto cheese was just for personal use. Then the couple served it in the evening at the Seaview Inn that they owned at Pawleys Island. Eventually, they decided to try selling it in stores.
We got a sense that we had something special.
Starting with sales to the public in early 2007, it didn't take long for Palmetto cheese to catch on.
About a year to year and a half into it is when we felt pretty good about the prospects of a regional, if not a national product.
Since then, the growth of the company has accelerated.
It's blown our minds. Over the last 12 months, it's really done some phenomenal things.
Now Palmetto cheese is sold in over 2,000 stores in around 20 states. Originally, the product was all made in Pawleys Island, but the Henrys eventually had to provide the recipe to a producer, which could keep up with demand.
With a niche product, there's a fear that you give your recipe to someone else, you know you've got a winner, boy, maybe they can take that at some point, but you have to at some point have trust and take that leap of faith that they have your best interest at heart.
Through almost 5 years in business, Palmetto cheese hasn't done a whole lot of marketing to this point.
Our growth has been organic in that way, where people would take it to parties, take it to functions.
And it's built this kind of cult following.
Facebook has probably been our largest advertising medium.
We have almost 20,000 fans on Facebook. And, you know, it's crazy. People are just attached to it.
The benefits of social media can be seen in the demand that has grown for Palmetto cheese with bacon, which was offered on a limited basis for the first time earlier this year.
And it's amazing how people that can't get it now are clamoring for it, and we're doing our best to get it out there.
There has been exceptional growth to this point, but the Henrys don't see any reason that should stall.
I think the sky's the limit. I do think that nationally it could do that. Oregon, will they like pimento cheese? I don't know, but we're willing to give it a try.
It was at the Seaview Inn that the Henrys served palmetto cheese to their guests and saw the appeal that it had.
Seaview is the reason that we're here. And I feel like Seaview is the reason that these other things we've been blessed so abundantly.
Operating and growing the company takes more and more time each day, but the couple continues to run the inn. The notion of giving up that part of their lives is at this point inconceivable.
We wouldn't live in Pawleys Island and not be a part of and or run this very special place.
My children and my sister's children have real ties to Seaview, and I feel like I could never sell it without offering it to them.